Imagine making $85,000 a year and still being quietly broke, not struggling, not paycheck to paycheck, but mathematically, financially underwater. Because right now, there are millions of people earning more money than their parents ever did while building less wealth than almost every generation before them. And the scary part? Most of them have absolutely no idea it's happening. Meet Tyler, 34 years old, marketing manager, nice apartment, modern SUV, weekend trips, good credit score, retirement account. From the outside, Tyler looks financially successful. But hidden underneath that lifestyle is a number quietly destroying his future. A number so bad that 90% of people his age are wealthier than he is. Even people making less money. And once you understand why, you'll never look at salary the same way again. Tyler earns $85,000 a year. Sounds solid, right? That used to mean stability, security, progress. But modern income has created a dangerous illusion. Because income is not wealth, and lifestyle is not financial freedom. See, Tyler has an $18,000 car loan, $26,000 in student debt, credit card balances, and only about $15,000 in actual assets. When you subtract what he owes from what he owns, Tyler's net worth is negative $7,000. Negative. At 34. And this is happening everywhere. People are earning enough money to look successful, but not enough margin to actually become wealthy. That difference changes your entire life. Here's the part nobody wants to admit. Most modern spending isn't about survival anymore. It's about signaling. The car, the apartment, the vacations, the clothes, the clean aesthetic. It's all broadcasting one message: I made it. But real wealth is usually quiet. Because wealthy people buy ownership. Everyone else buys appearances. And social media made this problem infinitely worse because now, people don't just compare themselves to neighbors. They compare themselves to edited lifestyles. Every single day. Now let's talk about the invisible killer. The debt tax. Tyler spends about $1,200 every month servicing debt. Car payment, student loans, interest, minimum payments. Now watch this carefully, because this changes everything. If Tyler invested that same $1,200 per month into a simple S&P 500 index fund, for 20 years at historical average returns, he could end up with roughly $700,000 to $750,000. Let that sink in. His debt payments are not just costing him money today, they're costing him future freedom, future choices, future peace. Every dollar sent to interest is a dollar no longer compounding for your future. And compounding is brutally unfair. It either works for you or against you. And almost nobody escapes this trap, because society rewards the appearance of success immediately while real wealth grows invisibly. A financed luxury car gets attention now. Investing quietly for 15 years gets ignored. So people optimize for applause instead of ownership. Boomers did it with oversized homes. Millennials did it with lifestyle spending and experiences. Gen Z is doing it through aesthetics, subscriptions, fashion, and online image building. Different generation, same psychological trap. People are buying emotional validation with future compound interest. And banks absolutely love this. Because while you're trying to feel middle class, financial institutions are monetizing every step of your life. Think about this. If you keep $20,000 in a traditional savings account, many banks pay you almost nothing. Maybe enough for a couple lunches per year. But then, they lend your money out at 22% credit card interest, 7% auto loans, or massive mortgage spreads. Your money works harder for them than it does for you. And dealerships? They often make more from financing than from the actual vehicle. That means even when people think they're winning, they're still inside a machine designed to extract future income. This is why so many high earners feel exhausted. Because they're climbing financially while invisible leaks drain the entire bucket. And somehow, we got convinced the problem was avocado toast. Seriously, for 10 years people blamed coffee, streaming subscriptions, brunch, tiny expenses. Meanwhile, someone signs a 7-year car loan at brutal interest and nobody blinks. That's like worrying about a leaking faucet while your roof is collapsing. The math was never about lattes. The math was always about leverage. Interest rates, debt structure, and the order your money moves. So how do you actually escape this? Not emotionally. Mathematically, you need a system, an order of operations, because random financial advice creates random financial outcomes. Step 1. Get the full employer 401k match. Nothing more yet, just the match. Why? Because that's an immediate 100% return on your money. Free money. Never walk away from that. Then, everything changes. Next comes the debt avalanche. This is where most people fail, because emotions get involved. People want quick wins. But math doesn't care about feelings. You attack debt by interest rate. Highest first. Always. A 22% credit card balance is financial fire. You don't manage it. You destroy it. Because eliminating a 22% interest rate is basically earning a guaranteed 22% return. Risk-free. That's nearly impossible anywhere else. And every month that debt survives, it quietly steals future wealth from you. Then comes the Roth IRA, and this part is massively important. Because taxes matter more than most people realize. Right now, many workers assume tax rates will stay reasonable forever. History says otherwise. Governments with massive debt eventually need revenue. Which means future retirees could face much higher taxes than expected. But Roth money? That money grows tax-free. And qualified withdrawals remain tax-free, meaning future politicians can't suddenly tax your retirement lifestyle the same way. That flexibility becomes incredibly powerful later in life. Especially when healthcare costs and inflation start rising. Watch what happens. Same Tyler, same salary, same intelligence, same city, different system. Scenario A, he keeps signaling success, keeps the debt, keeps financing lifestyle upgrades. At 54, he might have around $100 to $150K net worth. Still stressed, still dependent on income, still behind. Scenario B, he cuts the appearance spending, redirects the debt payments, follows the wealth ladder consistently. Now suddenly, he crosses $1 million. Not because he became a genius. Not because he won crypto lottery tickets. Because he finally stopped leaking wealth. And honestly, this isn't just about money. It's about freedom. Because debt changes your psychology. People trapped financially become risk-averse. They stay in jobs they hate. They tolerate toxic environments. They delay businesses, delay dreams, delay their lives. But when your expenses fall and your assets rise, something strange happens. You breathe differently. You think differently. You stop making desperate decisions. One man in a financial study reported his anxiety dropped dramatically after clearing consumer debt. Not because he became rich overnight, but because he finally stopped feeling hunted. That's what wealth really buys. Space, time, options, peace. Your salary is not your wealth. Your car is not your wealth. Your apartment is not your wealth. Your income only matters if it creates ownership. And right now, millions of people are unknowingly using their salaries to build the bank's future instead of their own. That's the trap. Not low income. Not coffee. Not laziness. A broken financial structure. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. So before your next financial decision, ask yourself one question. Am I building wealth or performing wealth? Because that single question can change the trajectory of your entire life. Subscribe if you want financial content built on real math, not financial theater. I'm Professor of Wealth. And let's keep the math fair.